Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Paris 13 Atletico where we look to do it better than PSG. In today's episode of Non-League to Legend, we have two massive games in the context of the league season. It's a doubleheader against Marseille and then Lille, two sides who are historically really good. Marseille, however, are sixth, which is respectable. Lille have had their worst year in a long while and currently sit in 11th. But two of the more trickier games in the run home out of the remaining 5 league games to go. In terms of how we're going to structure this, is we're going to give you both these games today. Next episode will be Montpellier as the French Cup final as we look to go back-to-back, and Montpellier having a really good season in League One, so expect a better final than last year where we pumped AC Ajaccio. And with that being said, in that episode we will know if it's going to go down to the final day or if PSG keep doing what PSG are doing. And that's winning games and winning every game they play. As you can see here, apart from losing to us, they have not really lost at all in a long while, being PSG. To be fair, they're not. Okay, OJ Nice have beaten them too. So they've only lost 2 games all year. We need them to draw a few. OJ Nice is one of the sides that did beat them. They do have Rennes as well, so there is some hope that they do drop some league games in the last 4. Yet again, marks the importance that if we can beat Marseille today, we put the pressure on them to go away to the only other place they've lost to, which is OJ Nice. And hopefully they get beat there as well. And that puts us in a position where we can at least get the level pegging. Yes, the goal difference is probably too much to overturn, but that could put some pressure on them. Maybe they drop one more game and we can win the title that way. That would be pretty epic. In terms of everything else, though, the club's in a pretty good spot. We've been playing very well. The recent results have been fantastic. Obviously, since the Arsenal game, we beat Rennes, Troyes. Rennes we got in the League Cup final easy. RC Lens was a game that we dominated, but, you know, apart from Dossi getting injured, it was fine. And then against Strasbourg, we won 2-0. Looked very good. And not this goal. Sorry, I've clicked the wrong goal. Great goal from Collie, by the way. I might as well just show you both now. But the goal from Okoku, I know we dominated, but it just didn't look like it was coming. This has been a hallmark of what this team's been like this year. Even in the games we're dominating or we're not playing well in, defensively we have been so solid that we just keep ourselves in the game and eventually this boy will score. But this goal was fantastic because the first touch football here is sublime. 1 touch Melbourne, 1 touch Maxime, 1 touch Mokoku, back of the net. Very quick. Leads me to the last one we're going to talk about before we get in the game. It is actually the stats and team detailed. You go to goals, PSG are ahead by a long way, and it's probably why they're going to win the title, is that they've scored that many goals and the goal difference, etc. They're overperforming the XG by 15. If we did that, we'd be in the same position. We're only overperforming by 3.9, which is still respectable in itself. But if you have a look at teams and goals conceded, this is where I'm really happy. 15 goals conceded all year. And we've basically played, 30 games of football after this. So if we keep a clean sheet today against Marseille, we're going to keep a clean sheet in half the games that we've played. I'll take that every time. If we can build on that and make ourselves even more defensively solid throughout, we might do something that like the old school AC Milan teams used to do. Not score many goals, win every game 1-0, win the title. I'm happy with that. And that might be the way we go about it in order to topple PSG eventually. But it's in a pretty good spot. In terms of facilities-wise, people probably asking, Damien, facilities-wise, what's happened? What's going on with the facilities? I haven't actually touched them this year to actually get some money in the club. We still got superb, great, and exceptional recruitment. I will look to improve these in the end-of-season review video. That will be coming up, or look to start that improvement for the next big step as the competition money all comes in for the year and see how we go. In terms of the development centre, in terms of our youth candidates and the people that have come in, there we go. That makes a lot of sense. Michelle, Fontaine, and Vigor all come through the academy. Terry's now our best hot prospect. He was 5-star. I've just signed him to a new contract. He's now dropped down to 4-star. Out of everybody, he's the one to get most excited about. Between him and a guy that we have on loan, who might be in the 19s here, called Roman Pennon, who keeps developing, they may be the only 2 that might ever get into the first team. And the reason Romain might is we're going to loan him out again. And then when Mendy retires, look to use this guy at left back because he's got marking, tackling, crossing, determination, and okay physical. It'd just be nice to have a kid from our youth academy actually be a backup to Cicello, who's going to be here for many a season. Talking about the team, though, we are at full strength for the first time in a long while. Bar Dosu, who has got a knock and he won't play this game but play the next. Kim's in there. Pimbella's not had the best of time here, but not bad. He obviously copped the red card, and the Arsenal game's probably something he wants to forget. Tosun and Inguez. Inguez has been fantastic. Been playing at right back while Pimbella has been injured. Diallo's a big shout out. 7.4 of his last remaining fixtures. I kind of want to keep playing him because there's a 7.7, a 7.9, and 8 in there. But, this is our best back four. Cicelo's at left back over Mendy. Canna's been fantastic. Nick Roviella's fantastic. Melba Lyons had a pretty good year. Scored 10 goals this year from the middle of the park, which is fantastic. Maxine's been developing very well. We'll move him into an inverted winger once the game starts. And then, of course, we got Bakayoko and Mokoku, who are fantastic and lead the line. With that all being said and done, we do have this game here against Marseille. It's a must-win game. They are one of the teams that did beat us this year. We did lose 1-0 in a game we fully rotated in before the first game in the Champions League this season. Hopefully we go out there and just do a job, see what we can do, and I think we're going to be okay. Look, I'm just going to put the pressure on PSG as well. They're in the driving seat. They get to play first, I think, in predominantly most of the games. The only thing that would have saved it this year is PSG went really deep in the Champions League and they got pumped by Man United. That's the only thing I will say. As good as PSG have been in France, winning everything, and Mourinho cannot be touched here in France domestically. In the French Cup, they seem to always lose. They get FM'd a lot. I'll give them that. They get pumped every year in the Champions League in the knockout stage. Anyway, early highlight, Suselo with the ball, drives with it, looks inside and finds Inguez back a line, who finds Melba Lai, Suselo, Mokoku dropping in, which is fantastic. Nick Roviella out the other side. Bakayoko should have made a run, never did. It was good football up until Bakayoko didn't make the run, but that's the thing we come to expect in this 4-3-3. We're very good at moving the ball when we're on. The only thing I will say is they've lined up at the 7 at the back, kind of similar to what PSG would do, and that does worry me. 20 minutes played though. It's 0-0. I think if we keep doing what we've been doing this season, which is keeping clean sheets, we'll eventually find a chance for Mokoku. Ball in, corner, cleared away. Maxine wins. Melba Live, Bakayoko. Maxine of all people. Maxine Chivalera. Unfortunately, no goal. It was a great strike from the youngster. He's had a pretty good year for his first year. He's developed a lot. He's now a freestyle left winger with a freestyle right winger. I'm very happy with him. Still see him as a bench option. Rather play Dosu, but fantastic to have him. 42 minutes played. Toss him with the ball. All the way back there to Kim, who's been fantastic. He's been that good, I haven't even bothered signing or looking for another keeper because he's just superb. And that's a ball and a half from Melba Light and Mokoku. Goes with the chip, but that's going to always be high. 45 minutes played. It is 0-0 at half time. Happy how we dominated possession. It is true. It is true. And in bigger games, I do like to gear them up a bit more. So, the game still perceives this as a very good result for us being a 0-0 right now. So we'll go with that. Maybe in a couple of years' time, we maybe get angry. Anyway, that's a ball and a half. Finds Suselo on the overlap. Maxi making a good run. Looks for Mokoku. Finds him. Should be a goal as long as he's onside. I think that's a mistake from the centre-back and keeper. They both kind of looked at each other. It should have been dealt with. I didn't even see Mokoku making the run. It's been given as a goal. We lead 1-0. And if we can keep that 15th clean sheet this season, that's fantastic. Or 18th clean sheet. I don't know how many clean sheets it is. But yeah, great ball, great finish, great goal, superb. I think we've kept 17 clean sheets. We've conceded 15 goals, which would be 15 goals in 30 games we get through this. That's what I was trying to say. But anyhow, at the moment, the team's playing quite well. We'll say that maybe both wingers maybe should be doing a little bit better, but that's fine. Melba Lai is going to come off here. He's a little bit legless. So Salama's going to come in there. Canna's again out. Cicelo's had a really good game, but he's kind of legless, so I'll get Mendy in as well. Don't mind that change. And I think Chivalera's going to come out. Collie actually did score in our last game as well, so we're going to bring him in. We're going to make the triple change there. A few fresh legs. Keep the system the same. I trust the system a lot. Now it's just up to us to keep ourselves in this game. Time is ticking away. Ali and Gallo. Ball to Hieto. Comes inside. Collie, who's captain fantastic, comes off the bench and gives away a penalty. I've never seen him even try to make a defensive tackle in his life. So what's he doing there? Please be outside the box. It is given outside the box. Okay, now we have to defend with the corner. Collie, that is stupidity, mate. He's going to get booked. Yeah, of course he's going to get booked. There was no need for the foul. Now we have to deal with the set piece. Right there, in-swinging ball. Kim's been very good at coming for crosses. Hopefully, it's just a bad ball in. And I tell you what, it was. And it's over the back. And it's still going to be 1-0, which is superb. With that being said, we probably need to look at making maybe a couple changes here at the back. Don't particularly want to take any of them off because I am keeping a clean sheet. Diallo's probably sitting there. He's a bit nervous as well. Yeah, I don't like any rule change here. I'm going to invest it in for on that side. And then I'm going to make 2 time-wasting changes in the 90th minute. Inguez. Mendy. Tossin. Inguez. Mendy again. Collie needs to get out of here. Didn't make enough of a run early enough. Great ball out the other side though, and Pimbella, who has not done too much, gets forward. He's very good at getting forward. Good ball there to Bessett. Great touch. Numbers in the box. Pimbella. Roviella. Great strike. Just wide. Apparently it was Makoku was offside in that. The keeper made a great save and they said, nah, Makoku's offside. So I don't know how he was offside. With that being said, I am going to bring Kingsley Coman up top the time waste here for Makoku. There's now a highlight because I'm making a change. If we concede, do blame me. I'd rather look to make the time wasting change here, to be fair. As that ball was going towards Collie. Great touch. That's going to be the throw in. That should be enough of a time wasting change here to get through this one. And it is. That's a win. Superb. Absolutely love it. Hector Inguez gets a man of the match. Pimbella got to a 7 because he kept the clean sheet. And that's what I mean. Even in games where it's not 100% all our own way, this whole season has been built on us having an absolutely awesome defence. We've only conceded 15 goals in 30 games. Kim's kept his 18th clean sheet of the year. Donnarumma has the lead record at 20. As long as we keep 2 more clean sheets this season, he ties it. 3 more, he wins it. And if we do that, we're going to push PSG all the way as well. In terms of the second part of this episode, we've got Lille in another big game against a club that is underperforming but having a pretty good time of it. We'll see these guys in a second in 7 days' time. And it's going to be for the second game, our second cup final in terms of the league as well. And let's see if we can keep this run of form going and beat Vincent Company's Lille at home to keep the pressure on PSG. Here we are. It is day number 2 of the second match day of this episode. Lille at home. Unfortunately, PSG have already played and won against. They're probably the hardest running game. OJ Nice puts us in a pretty bad spot for them to drop points with 3 games to go. Did it easy. 3-0 up. Conceded a consolation goal. But yeah, it's becoming apparent very quickly that as much as we've pushed them, they're going to finish at least a game better off than us. And we're going to look at one of the few draws that we've had this year in games where we've dominated and go, that might be the game that's cost us the league title. We've definitely had a few. It may not come down to one of these 5 games, but we'll have a look at the Bordeaux game, the Lille game we played last time. Troyes, who were dead bottom, and we had something like 30-something shots and we did not win. And even the PSG game, we edged them on shots on target, even though they had the same amount of shots. Maybe if we won both games against them. And it's probably going to take a season where we beat PSG home and away for us to probably topple them because they're just that good everywhere else. But yeah, when they're scoring 91 goals for, it is very difficult indeed. Anyhow, we can't really worry about that too much. We have to just worry about what we're doing. Team is unchanged with the lineup. The only thing that I could maybe do is Dosu has not passed his fitness test, but risk him for 60, take him off and off we go. We've got a cup final to worry about in a couple of games' time. SNEN, maybe it's a game we can play him for 45 to get some match fitness in. Plus, if things aren't going our way and we need a goal, we can throw him on for 15. And it's probably less likely of an injury than him going in and playing everything as well. Apart from that, everything is quite normal and away we go. They've not had a good year, Lille. Maybe some of their players may look to jump ship. And, there's a decent few players that you might look to take there. There's nothing crazy. It's not like they probably just haven't put enough money into their squad, and their squad's starting to age. But, doesn't mean they can't produce against us. With that being said, we're unchanged, and let's go and see if we can keep another clean sheet maybe. If we do that at home, I do expect us to score and see what we can do. Anyway, Makoku on the ball and got pocketed early. Ball is picked off by Nicolo Rovella, and he's fantastic. Bakayoko then takes a bad touch. It's a high-low and no team wants the ball. it looks like. And now they're on it, and Yusuf has a very good history of scoring against us. Boy over the top there looking for just a fool who's their top goal scorer. And he beats one, and he's in the area, and he hits, and Kim's made a fantastic save. Came out, made himself big, fingertips over the bar, and if it wasn't for the keeper, we would have been 1-0 down in a highlight where, well, we really should have had the ball under our control because they gave it back to us a few times. And then their centre-back has jumped like a gazelle and headed over. It's not a good start from the Paris 13 Atletico boys who must win to keep this title hope alive. If we don't win today, it'd just be the cup final in the end of season review next episode, of course, as well, which is looking increasingly likely even if we win anyway, because I don't see PSG chopping 2 games with 3 to go. Boy over the top looking for Melba Lai, well cleared, well brought down. And look, as much as we've had half moments here in the first 10 minutes, it looks like Lille are the more likely of the two. Bakayoko, Nicolo, Kana, Melba Lai, good couple touches. Susello, great run. Makoku, straight at the keeper. He looked offside. Apparently wasn't. Should have been a better finish. And there we go. Kana with the ball. Another highlight here. But we do knock it around really well in this 4-3-3, so we've got to have the patience and hopefully build into this game 15 minutes played. One thing that does keep me very sane is the fact that we haven't conceded too many goals this year. And Bakayoko gets to the byline. Has got Pimbella. Ball in. Ravella on the goal line. I tell you what, Makoku has either stolen a goal of Nicola Ravella, but I wouldn't take any chances myself either. It was rolling across the goal line. It looked likely it was going to roll in and be Ravella's goal. Instead, Makoku's gone, nah, mate, I'm chasing golden boot with Mbappe. Give me that ball and let me slam it in the back of the net from not even a yard out. That should be like 0.1, 0.0 XG. Was it going in? I tell you what, I reckon it's going to hit the other post and come out. So well done, Makoku. And Ravella's going to get an assist for that, I would imagine. Apparently, his match rating went down. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Football Manager. But we lead 1-0 and that's all that matters. Pimbella now finds Makoku. Pimbella still with him. Makoku somehow gets the ball to Bakayoko. Beats one. His left-footed shot is going to be well collected there by Ziggy. And, Lille are going to launch one forward. Yusuf, who is their best player by a mile, he's fantastic on FM this year. He always scores against me. Picks it up. Good little 1-2. Tobias now. Ball to Fall. Idrissa Fall. Ball in. And, well, it's taken that for us to concede. And there we are. Mongali. There's no Mon in that. Mogali with a great strike. It's 1-1. Great move from Lille as well. And, look, we have the best defence in the league, but can't do much with that. That's a pretty good strike. Only their second shot on target's gone in. Idrissa Fall's picking the ball up way too much here, and I don't like this. He's their best goal scorer. I still think it's Yusuf. If they score right now, we're in shell shock land. That's a pen. We have barely conceded goals all year. We're about to concede 2 in this game to kill our title hopes. Get it out of the way now before the cup final. Here we go. Against the run of play. That's going to be a penalty. That's inside the box. They've been hard done by. Yeah. This is where contact's made, for goodness sake. Look where he is. They're going to say contact's been made outside. I think he's inside there. I'm looking at the position of Pembele there. He's well inside the box. So I think that's a case of the images of where contact did not matching up then. But yeah, that looked inside the box for sure. Well, now I have to deal with this set piece. Pembele picked up a booking and is going to be cautioned or told to calm down. Now, in a must-win game, it's not going our way. Here we go. Ponsiao. Ball in back stick and headed away by Tossen for a corner. Need to stay in this game as they're starting to get into ascendancy. They've only had 5 minutes of football, and in this 5 minutes, they look like they could slot 4. Good, not a good tackle from Makoku, and their centre-backs fight over the bar. Yeah, they've had 4 shots, 2 to our 12 shots, 3. We have an XG of over 2. And here we are. At 1-1. Long throw. Never seen us try to do that. Bakayoko mistake. Got to be a goal. There's the difference, Football Manager. They hit the bar and it goes in. We hit the bar, hits the other post and comes out. Rightio, Pimbele, a good ball in, cleared away. Can he win the header and put it back in the box? He does, but only as far as Ziggy. Mokoku doesn't challenge. Bakayoko hits the bar and it comes out. I'm not liking this at all. I'm loving them dominating. I'm not liking this scoreline. I'm actually going to move straight away into the 4-2-3-1. It's their most vulnerable formation to face against. I want a goal before half-time, and I want to see Melbourne get involved a bit more. Saying that, though, unfortunately, still 1-1. Fresh arms, it's been unacceptable. It has been unacceptable. We've not been good enough. Maxine wins the ball back. By the way, I've just realised he's been playing as an inside forward this whole time. Do that. I'm actually going to move Pembele as a fullback on attack as well. Let him get going a little bit more to two positional changes. Pembele already getting forward anyway, but I want him to get more forward. Good ball in. Melbourne heads just over the bar. Into the 4-2-3-1 we go. We're going to go full board here. We have to win the game if we're going to have any hope. Have to win the game if we're going to have any hope. Ravella, corner. Tossin doesn't get anywhere near it. Headed, and Maxine does well with his speed. Canna crunching tackle. Tossin, Inguez. Sosello can run here. Take your man on. Beat him for speed. Beats him without speed. Oh, what a 1-2. And he doesn't whip it. How do you not whip that ball in there after you get the 1-2? You're on the byline. Look how many numbers are in the box. That's poor. Ravella now can turn. He's going to hit one. Ziggy saves. How Sosello does not cut this ball is what's wrong with the match engine. I'm sorry. Look at this 1-2. Beautiful. All the time in the world, anything he fizzes in at the front stick, Melbourne, as long as it's not cleared, he's going to challenge the keeper for it. Anyone in world football. If anything, he probably should take a touch into the box and weigh it up and maybe look for a cutback on the penalty spot if someone drops off. But this ball should be going across the box. And instead, because it's football manager, now I'm going to turn around and keep it. Whatever. Match engine things. 1-1, 58 minutes played, 57 minutes played. Ziggy saves from the corner. We've had a very good game apart from the fact that it's 1-1. Time is ticking. Another set piece. Bakayoko. Backstick ball here. Tossin's head is screaming for it. He hits the bar. Inguez heads home. Is it offside? It could be offside. I'm not too sure. It's a kerfuffle. I think we're good. We'll find out if we're good. We are good. It's 2-1. Okay. It's only his first goal of the year, Inguez, but that just shows you centre-backs do not score as many headers from corners as they used to. But Inguez heads home there. 2-1. It's a goal. Fantastic, boys. Weird animation with the ball looping up that high at the back stick. If you combined our two goals, they would consist for a yardage of about 2 metres, maybe. About 2 yards. I thought they just gave the ball back there. Kim now calms it down. Good keeping. Canna, Ravella, decided to go back inside the danger with Sosello out here. Again, Kim, fantastic from the keeper. 2 times, 2 good passes and calmed it down when needed to. Maxine gets tackled. I'm not liking this. This just feels like a game FM's deciding, nah, the title's over today. FM doesn't want this title going any longer. It's a good strike, that. Somehow staying in play. All right. I'm just going to let everyone know I'll pause to make a change and move back to the 4-3-3. If we concede, because I press pause, be cautious. If we score, I'm happy, obviously. But we're not going to make the changes now so it doesn't come up with that pop-up screen. Oh, do you want to still make these changes after this goal? Yeah, because you made sure there was a goal. Pimbele, ball in, Mokoku. How is that blocked? And then it's declared out for a corner. Great run from Pimbele, great ball across the box, and somehow FM's just like, nope. It's got to feel this game. This game's got to feel. There shouldn't be this much anxiety in this match. This game should be well and truly over. Tossin, Ravella, Pimbele on attack's been next level as he gives the ball away. Commentator's curse. Is that the highlight? So I can make my changes now. It's not. Bakayoko. Would love this to be a goal for us. This would be fantastic. Pimbele, good touch. Drives. Canna. Great ball out of Bakayoko. Pimbele needs to get beyond him. Does. Oh, that's a poor ball. Tossin's done well. Ball over the top to Mokoku. Great touch. Ziggy's made another save. Ziggy's saved something like 1 million freaking chances. Going to make some changes here. Tossin's dead. Diallo's going to come in, like for like. Pimbele's dead, but I'm going to leave him out. He's having such a good game. Melba Live for Salama, like for like. I'm actually think I'm going to bring Dosu in, only because his game's on the line. I'm going to make that change. If anything, what I could do is actually move Inguez out the right back, make a more defensively minded right back change, and get Zeno and Diallo together. But, yeah. Highlights that continue because there's apparently stuff, because I'm making changes. There you go. Canna, Cicello. 2 times, Cicello ran into where Kim was just to get the ball, and then he's headed a free header straight to him where he should just take a touch and sit there with his cup of coffee and take a million times, as much time as he needs to make a decision because he's around nobody. Highlights still continuing. I'm hoping this is pointless. They need to cut this out of Football Manager, but it is what it is. Pimbele, Bakayoko. Pimbele making a good run. Bakayoko decides to eat into his space and drive into it anyway. Ravella's on the top of the box. Has options. He went for goal. Probably should have played Bakayoko back. He was running across the box. Another highlight. Cicello picks it up. It's having a very good game. Dosu off the park, off the bench. Makoku now, speed, away. And that is poor. Another big chance missed. As much as I don't like making too many changes at the back, I do think he's dead, and I do think Zeno needs to come in like for like. Canna's dead as well, but I don't really have a defensively minded substitution here. If anything, I'm going to do that and just get Miller Stupa in to help out the midfield with the run. Selling Yuri, as much as it was a mistake, he wanted to leave with a year left in his contract and was going to leave on a free, so he had to sell him. Ball headed away. We need to get on that. Ravella does. Bakayoko. Dosu. Deflection and Dosu off the bench. Coming back from injury scores. It's a captain's goal. He's got the armband once coming back off the bench. And good to have him back from his few-week injury. And that's a goal that should see us stay theoretically in the title race. But, yeah, we need PSG to lose to OJ Nice today, and that didn't happen. Anyway, good hit. Deflection. Keeper maybe even after the deflection should still maybe make a save at his near stick, but we'll take it. It's 3-1. We've absolutely dominated. We probably deserve to be 5 or 6-1 up with the 30 chances we've had here today. But we aren't. And we just need to keep on just plugging away. As Makoku, who might score here, does. And to be fair, I'm a little sad there for Ziggy, because without Ziggy, this game would have been 5-6-7-1. With the little keeper, it's only junk time goals here that are incoming right now, and I feel for him because it's going to hurt his match rating. In saying that, though, great diagonal run from Makoku, great ball from Bakayoko, and, well, you just come to expect it. Non-preferred right foot finish. Highlight from kickoff. This episode has gone a little longer than expected, YouTube, because there's that many highlights in this game. I would just like to say, YouTube, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. The growth's been fantastic on the channel, and really enjoying your feedback. We finally have got the YouTube pretty close to the Twitch stream. This is episode 83, and I've got episode like 74, 75 out on YouTube now, I think. So yeah, we're getting there. It's getting closer. I'm playing a heap more poker as well, so the streams have been slowing, but still come follow us live on Twitch because we are still streaming, and we do stream our for Makoku score. We are streaming our poker grind a lot on Twitch as well at the minute, so come check it all out. Anyhow, this is going to be the end of the episode in about 30 seconds' time. Ziggy's going to take his time and kick one. It's a pointless highlight. Apart from the goal, which was a pretty good goal, and apart from us not being able to finish for a long while in this game, things have gone to plan here. It's a good amount of XG back, but PSG's good amount of goal difference back, but PSG's goal difference is too astronomical to overturn unless we pump a team 10-0 or something like that. With that being said, next episode will be the Montpellier Cup finals. We look to go back-to-back. Montpellier, who are fighting for Europe this year in the league, are going to look to stop us. Hopefully we go back-to-back, because it would be nice to win back-to-back French Cup titles and make good of PSG not being in that title fight. As you can see, Montpellier hanging around in that fight here for 5th through to 9th. With that being said, 3 points back, 15 goals back, which acts as an extra point. We need PSG to drop a game. We need them to drop a game fast. Next episode will be that said cup final. If PSG win and we don't beat us in the end, obviously it will definitely be just the French Cup final and a recap for the season. If it is in case that PSG do drop points, we beat us in the end, you probably will see the cup final and then the run in to the title showdown on the final day, if there is such a thing or anything like that. But yeah, look, we'll keep our hopes alive. We won both games. That's all we needed to do. Give the episode a like. Follow the links down below. And yeah, again, thank you for checking out another video here on the channel. We'll see you next time, as we are still striving to do it better than PSG. We're not there yet, but we're close. And just maybe this year could be the first year we go, we got there. Maybe just.